Hey, good morning. It's time for your weekly kick. This is Todd from Boots on the Ground Coaching. We provide leadership tools for leaders in the trades. Being January 2nd today, there's going to be a lot of talk, and we're going to hear it in the next week or two, about New Year's resolutions. What I'm hearing a lot of, though, is negating them, negating the value of a New Year's resolution. I want to take a little bit different approach on that today. We make promises to ourselves or promises to others at New Year's. Maybe it's, I'm going to start going to the gym, or I'm going to start eating more healthy, or I'm going to take care of myself physically better, or I'm going to invest in my family more, or I'm going to become more effective at my job, at my career. I'm going to start learning. I'm going to get better at what I do. Maybe it's something to do with our finances. Is this a bad thing? Is this something that's essentially useless? I don't think so. I think New Year's resolutions can hold a lot of value. They can act as a foundation that we build the rest of our year on. Now I want to show you a quick picture, and it's going to come on the screen here. This is a picture of a restaurant. A lot of people might look at this picture and go, that's not a restaurant. It's just some steel studs and some steel structure in place. Well, the reality is this is a restaurant. It's going to be a functioning restaurant within the next year. But it's a restaurant, and I was watching as they were putting the piles in at different times, and it was a long process, because there was a lot of piles that went down for this building. It doesn't look like a huge building, but there was piles sunk into the ground to make sure that they had something firm to build on, something that wasn't going to be shifting and damaging what was being built on top. That's what a New Year's resolution can be. A New Year's resolution can be the foundation that we build the rest of our year on. As we make decisions in the first part of the year, it's a great time to evaluate where we are, where we want to be, what might be some of the obstacles that we deal with as we go through our year, and how are we going to deal with those obstacles? When they come up, how are we going to overcome them? What this is a technique for strategic planning. Knowing where we are now, where we want to be, what might be some of the obstacles we have to deal with, and how are we going to overcome them? That's how in a business or in a life even, we can put a strategic plan together by answering these 4 questions. This is a great time to be doing that with our lives and with our careers and with our businesses at the beginning of 2019. Where do you want to end up 12 months from now? Where do you want to be as you look back on 2019? Where do you want to have ended up in your relationships, in your family, in your career, financially? How about your health? How about your business? Where do you want your business to have gone in these past 12 months? As you're looking back on 2019, here's a reality. We can't hit a target unless we know exactly what it is. The clearer our target, the clearer the destination we want to reach, the better chance we have of getting there. If we don't know where we're going, we're never going to get there. This week we have the chance to put those piles into place in our lives and in our businesses, in our careers. Don't waste this first week. Take a few minutes. Take half an hour and put those piles into place for your year that's coming up. It's not a clean slate. We still carry over things from 2018. It's not a clean slate, but we can decide where we want to end up at the end of this year. So where is it that you want to end up? It's your opportunity and my opportunity to decide that now at the beginning of 2019. So Happy New Year, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Hey, please don't leave yet. I have a quick bonus for you. For most of us, time is in short supply. By the time we get home at the end of a 10 to 14 hour day, after wearing the tools, one of the last things we feel like doing, and I was the same way, is spending half an hour or an hour reading a book on management or leadership. At this point in my career, I usually read 1 to 2 books a week. And there's a lot of times where I'll think to myself, there's a lot of value in this book. I wish I could somehow transfer that value from this book to those of you who are leading in the trades. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Starting within the next 2 to 3 weeks, every 2 weeks I'm going to start putting out a review of a book that I feel is going to be the most valuable for those of you who are still leading directly in your field. I'm going to take the principles and the guidelines and some of the best parts from that book, and I'm going to put it into a podcast or a YouTube video that will last between 10 and 20 minutes, and that's it. So you can listen to it while you're driving in your truck to or from work. You can listen to it at home. You can listen to it in your van. when you've dropped your kids off at soccer or whatever it is. But I want to give you the opportunity to hear some of the value from the books that I'm reading, some of the principles that are going to give you more skills and more tools as you lead in your trade. So have a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday morning.